everybody! So we are out here today. We're going to show you how to make old windows look like new. This is our 1985 mobile home, and these are the windows that it comes with when we got it. Same windows it's had since 1980s. It's got the metal on it, it's got the bolts in it and all of that. It's just not that visually appealing. So we decided we could either just buy new windows or we could try painting them, painting the wood trim and the metal the same color and seeing if that would work. And so that's what we are opting to do. I went to Lowe's the other day and asked them if they have some sort of exterior paint that would stick to wood and metal that had primer in it that we could preferably just do one coat. So they recommended I get this. It's called Valspar Reserve Extreme Weather Paint and Primer, one coat protection. So it was really great. I just went to their big color swab wall and picked out whatever color, whatever shade I wanted, which was this whitish cream to match our porticos above the car and the front porch. Picked out what color I wanted, and they took this and matched it, tinted it exactly how I wanted it. And so we have been painting them. So we wanted to share a couple tips and tricks that we've learned along the way on how to paint them. So one option is you can use those cardboard paint shields that Dean and Randy used to paint the house blue, which would make it super fast and easy, but I'm used to tape, so I just decided to tape it off and paint it that way and then peel the tape off once I painted it. So we decided to go ahead and paint the screen trim as well, the edge around the screen, so that it's all just one solid color and just adds like another layer of dimension to the trim and makes it look good. We figured out the best way to do this type of paint on these different materials is to go over it once, just a thin layer and just like a thin coat, and then go back after I've done like one whole side. I go back over it and just make it thicker. And that's all it needs. Instead of like waiting for it totally to dry, we've noticed this works just as good, just letting it dry for a minute and then going back and adding a thicker layer. The bolts are a little bit tricky because you have to glob on a lot of paint to cover them up, and they keep trying to drip. So I keep going back over those a couple times, just like this, and wiping the globs so that it doesn't dry with globs. And then we're going right back while the paint is still wet and going ahead and tearing off the tape. Two reasons why we do this. First of all, it seems to give us cleaner lines where we peel it off. And also, it avoids the paint tearing once it's dry. And as well, if there is any globs that get a little bit onto the blue, I can go ahead and just wipe them off now so that they don't stay dried on the blue part. So I painted the thick layer on here, and now I'm going to just use a knife and really lightly go on the edges just to kind of separate, perforate the paint a little bit before I peel off the tape. So we're all finished with painting the outside of the house. We're so excited. It actually wasn't as much work as we were anticipating. Dean and I were both a little bit intimidated about the idea of getting the outside of our house painted or doing it ourselves. But Randy, our neighbor, really helped us out and knocked out the exterior in a few hours, and then we just went back and painted the trim work ourselves, and it really wasn't that much work. So I encourage you, if you've been debating about painting the outside of your house or doing trim work, just go for it, especially if you can find a neighbor to help. So we're still debating on if we want to repaint the front little deck and steps to match the house, or if we're just going to tear it out and have Dean build a new one and paint that. But I'm sure that will be in an upcoming video. Enough of me talking, let's check out the newly painted house and trim work. like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below your thoughts about it, and we would love if you want to subscribe to our channel and follow our journey. We'll see you guys in the next video.